Hello everyone, welcome. This is Danny. I've been driving my Lexus IS for over a year now, and I think it's a good opportunity for me to express how I feel about my car. Before I bought my Lexus, I'd owned a 2008 BMW 335 Coupe for over 2 years. So a lot of my opinions and findings are based on comparing these two cars. Lexus IS is categorized as a luxury sports sedan, so I will review my thoughts with respects to its luxury and sportiness. In this video, I will only talk about its luxury, so let's start with the exterior. When it first launched in 2013, I was like, wow, the look, the front, the side, the lines and the curves, so weird. 3 years later, I bought one. Honestly, I still did not enjoy the look of the front when I bought it, but over time, surprisingly, I changed. I think it is a good move for Lexus because now the shape of its front spindle grille, it's like a trademark for the brand, just like BMW's kidney grille. This is a luxury sports sedan. Parking sensors should be standard on these, but not in this case. When you go for the F-Sport model, you lose the parking sensors as well as the fog lights. What else you lose? The memory seats for the driver. Do you see the curve under the front headlight? There is also one under the front emblem. I don't call them stylish, I call them the snow trap. While it's snowing and you're driving on the road, the snows will trap in those curves. And these are important areas because behind the front emblem, that's the sensor for your adaptive cruise control. And obviously this, you don't want to block your headlight. If you notice, 2017 model got rid of these curves. Now it's just a straight line. I wonder if that's the reason why they changed it. When I used the windshield wiper for the first time, I noticed how chunky it is compared to my BMW. It does get annoying sometimes when it rains. One thing my girlfriend noticed was when you open the rear door, you see all these dirts trapped in the curves. It seems like the dirt that kicks off from the front wheel travels all the way along the skirt and up here. The trunk release button is placed at an unusual location. Normally it's in the middle. In this case, nope, that's a backup camera. So what about these two? Nope, these are the LEDs for the license plate. So where is it? This button looks like it. And yes, that tiny button is how you open the trunk. When I was picking up my Lexus, the advisor told me, look for the all-wheel drive A letter, and right above it, that's your button. So what if you don't have an all-wheel drive Lexus? How are you gonna find that button? The front seat is one of the best in the business. It's very soft, yet very supportive. I drove all the way from Ontario, Canada to California, averaging 8 hours per day driving, and it feels pretty good, other than one thing. These stitchings here, one of them actually hurt me after about 5 hours of driving, so I have to change my position once in a while to feel comfortable. When it comes to lumbar support, there is only front and back directions. It'll be nicer if there's up and down. Also, when you push the lumbar support to the front, it's not like a nice hump that pushes your back. It's more like a sharp edge going to your back, so it could be better. I like that Lexus is using aluminum for the gas and brake pedal, but I do not like this hump right here. This is where the transfer case is for all-wheel drive. When I drive normally, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't get into the way of my legs or my foot. But when I put on adaptive cruise control, it does get in the way. The size of the left footrest is smaller than the one on a BMW. So when I step on it, it feels like I'm standing on the edge. The side mirror is located further towards the back, so it leaves me this window, allow me to see the curves when I'm making a turn. I think it is very thoughtful that Lexus put the card storage slots on this side of the sunshade. So if I have my window down and having the sunshade on the side, I'm not afraid of my cards are getting blown away by the wind. The windows slow down when it gets close to the top or the bottom, making it very quiet. However, the window seals are very tight. I'm not sure if it's the tint, but sometimes when I open or close the window, it makes annoying squeaky noise. It is nice to have these buttons on the steering wheel. However, the logistic for the media control can be better. For example, if I listen to the radio, I push down to go to the next station. Or if I listen to the MP3 or my iPod, I push down, I go to the previous track. I have to push up to go to the next song. I've been driving my car for over a year now, and I always listen to the radio or my iPod, but these button controls are still not my second nature. I really hope Lexus can reprogram it so it works more consistently. The signal lever works the same as the BMW, so I really enjoy it. It always returns to the home position, no matter how hard you pull it or push it. When you want to make a left turn, you just push it all the way. And when you want to cancel your signal, you just flick it back. I think this is a good design for a luxury car, because when you're finishing a turn, you don't hear that clicking sound for the lever to return. The soft touch pad at the knee area, it's very comfortable during driving. Once you experience this, it will be tough to go back. The angle of the center console is very nicely designed. I can press all the buttons without twisting my wrist. It is a small thing, but I think Lexus is very considerate. There are a couple of things I don't like about these controls. For example, these buttons are all pressed softly, and the media buttons are all hard clicks. They're just not consistent. It's nice to have a volume knob and a tune knob, but the temperature has a touch-sensitive slider. It is very fancy, but I don't think it works as well as a knob. Another interesting feature is the automatic climate control. In my BMW, when I either change the vent or the fan speed, the system will go to full manual mode. However, in this car, when I change the vent, only the vent goes to manual mode. The fan speed is still automatic. The climate control algorithm is smart. When the interior is hot, it blows cold air to your face. When the interior is cold, it blows warm air to your feet. This allows the passenger to cool down quickly and warm up gradually. It feels nice. The cup holder placement is poorly designed. It is too far back. As a driver, I cannot grab the cup comfortably with either my right hand or my left hand. As for the passenger, this is where the elbow falls, so it doesn't have an armrest for the passenger. It has an armhole. There is only one 12-volt socket in the entire car, which is in the center storage. Sometimes I find that one is insufficient. If you noticed, there's a pad between the seat and the center console to prevent things from falling into the gap. I think all cars should have this. Now let's move to the top. It is disappointed that Lexus IS does not feature a sunglasses holder here. The dome light is very bright, but these individual lights are not directional at all. It gets very distracted when the passenger is using this light during night driving. Same as the BMW, a few other Lexus models feature LED lights in this area, but not in the IS. Those LEDs function as ambient lighting that shines down to the center console, which makes the interior not as dark or dull at night. I find these two light switches are very interesting. The button only goes flush when you want the lights off all the time, except for when you open the door. Which I believe is what most people will go for. Otherwise, if you want the lights to be on all the time, you push this in. And if you want the lights to be off when the doors open, you push this out. In other words, This one only goes flush and out. This one goes in and flush. I like to drive with the windows down, but at higher local speed, the seatbelt at the back starts to flap against the seat, making unpleasant sound. So that sums up my thoughts of the luxury perspective of my Lexus IS. Overall, I think as an entry-level sedan, it is quiet, comfortable, and refined. I hope this video is informative and helpful. Subscribe if you want to see more interesting features on how it drives. If you like what you saw, please leave me a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video.